Hi, my name is Elaine Croteau. I'm part of the committee for the calendar for protectors. We are very happy to have you here. We are so happy to be able to have a launch, which we haven't had since 2020. And one of the great things about it is that you will be able to see the photographs that were submitted for the past 2 years. Dawn put together a terrific slideshow of over 300 slides. And just so you know, we receive close to 200 slides a year and can only select 15 for the calendar. And it's a blind, I forgot what you call it, but a blind judging. So that none of the judges have any idea who the photographers are until we have made our final selections. When I say we, I don't mean me. I'm not part of it. But it's a fantastic job that they do, and I don't know how they manage to pick as many as they have every year faithfully. So I hope you enjoy the calendars. If you can, and if you want any, they make great gifts. They're only a $5 donation for each calendar. And I think that the quality of the workmanship of the photographers here on Staten Island are terrific. And much better, and we have beautiful parks, don't get me wrong. But the parks themselves are gems unto themselves. And then the photographers somehow or other make them even better than we started out. And I'm very proud of Blue Heron Park. I'm very proud of the fact that we are in the calendar with the pileated, is that right, Ray? Pileated woodpecker. It was, the photograph was taken here in the park, which is great. We're a neighborhood park. We are not part of the Greenbelt. And the next I'd like to introduce Cliff Hagen, who is the president of Protectors of Pine Oak Woods.
Folks, yes, Cliff Hagen, president of Protectors of Pine Oak Woods. And I certainly appreciate any of you who are members of Protectors of Pine Oak Woods. If you're not, you should be. You will be. But so I'm just sitting here thinking about the calendar and all those gorgeous photos. And I'm thinking 47 years ago when Protectors of Pine Oak Woods began, believe it or not, there was not one deer on Staten Island back then, right? Believe it or not, 47 years ago, there were no skunk on Staten Island. There were no woodchucks on Staten Island. The world that Ellen Pratt preserved for us here on Staten Island, the work that she has been doing in the last 47 years, and the members of Protectors of Pine Oak Woods, the natural world has really changed quite a bit. It's a much more healthier natural world now. We have the largest nesting colony of a type of sparrow up in Fresh Kills. We have the pileated woodpeckers. We have bald eagles nesting on Staten Island. And a lot of that is because of the work of Protectors of Pine Oak Woods, which is why I encourage you to get involved and become a member of Protectors of Pine Oak Woods. But what a blessing to have this calendar to capture all of that. The photographs in the calendar are amazing. They really do capture the beauty of what Staten Island has. Of course, there's some places on Staten Island that are not that beautiful, right? But the work of Protectors of Pine Oak Woods really is captured in those photos. So I thank the committee, Ray and Don and Elaine and Jackie and Ellen, for organizing the effort behind that. And you, the photographers, my goodness, it's artwork, it's gorgeous. And I really admire your passion for the natural world and for your photography. So thank you for sharing your work with us. Even those that did not make the calendar, they're still gorgeous. Thank you all for all of those entries. And Elaine, thank you.
Would all of the photographers who are here please stand up so we can all see you? All the photographers. It doesn't matter whether you're in this calendar or not. If you submitted, please stand up. Your work. And we hope that you will continue to submit for years to come. Thank you.
All right, so we're here at Blue Heron Park showing the Protectors of Pine Oak Woods, the 2023 calendar, and I'm with Lance J. Reha, and very excited to finally first meet him. So Lance, tell me, which months do you have?
I have this year, I have November and December.
Yeah.
That's December, November.
And what are the photos of?
This is an old broken pier. This is in Prince's Bay. And this one here is Clove Lakes, right off of Forest Avenue, Forest and Clove. This was like the first snow that we had last year, the first big storm. And I just happened to be out there, and these turkeys came walking across. And if you look close, their mouths are open because I don't know if they liked me photographing them or not. They were making a lot of noise. But
And have you been previously in the Staten Island Protectors calendars?
yes, this is my third time, and I'm so happy to be
How
back.
did you get started in photography?
I'm originally a filmmaker and a video guy, and I picked up a camera one day, and I just started taking photos, family photos, down the Jersey Shore. And I said, I really like doing this. And I just started going out and taking photos of nature. And I'm primarily a landscape photographer, specializing in sunrises and sunsets. And you can go to my website, which I'm sure they'll put up, and check me out. And but I also do photography for a living. So I do events, I do parties, weddings, whatever.
Right.
So
And also you're on Instagram and Facebook?
Instagram, Facebook. I think Facebook is my name, Lance Reha, I believe. And Instagram, I'm not even sure what it is.
Right.
It's Lance J. Reha Photography
Right.
on Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, thank you so much for
Thank
talking
you,
to
and
us.
Thank you for having me again. I appreciate it.
Okay. Another two photographers, Krystle and Elizabeth. Krystle Reilly
Krystle Reilly.
and
Elizabeth Kulik.
Elizabeth Kulik. Okay. And Krystle, what can you turn to the page that you're in the 2023 Staten Island Protectors of Pine Oak Woods?
So this is one.
And where is this photo
This
taken?
is taken at Mount Loretto,
Okay.
in the Mount Loretto woods.
In the spring?
This was in the spring, yes.
Spring. Okay. Okay. And you have two.
I have another one, I do. I also have this one. And this was at Cunningham Pond.
And that is a photo of.
A great white egret.
Okay.
He was catching a fish. And it was a nice reflection, so that's why I submitted it.
Okay. Okay. And Elizabeth, where's your photos? What month are you?
Photo is the cover of the calendar this year, and this is the King Isler. This was done at Great Hills Park during the springtime. He was a very, very beautiful bird and to capture and observe. We visit him many times until we found him because he camouflaged very well with the environment until we got him.
Well, congratulations, Krystle and Elizabeth, on being in the 2023 Protectors of Pine Oaks calendar.
What's your
Thank
name?
Adriano Chinellato.
Oh, boy, you don't have to spell that one. But no, that's Italian, I assume, right?
Yes, very Italian.
Okay,
Yes,
and we are
all the way
here
from Venice,
From Venice?
Venezia.
Oh, man, lucky man.
Yeah.
And you're here today as a photographer, and you've submitted at least one picture. And which month and which picture are you?
So thankfully, the judges have selected one of my 8 photos that I have submitted. And in this calendar, my photo appears in the month of February. And there's also a second one which appears on the back of the front page. So this is my photo.
Wow,
And
beautiful. What is that?
yeah.
What kind of plant is that? Do you know offhand?
So Japanese pine, I believe it's called.
Wow, okay. We won't
I
hold
think
you
it's
to it. Beautiful, beautiful picture. And
and
it's February.
and here is the February one.
So where's that?
So this is the coastline, of course, by South Beach, between South Beach and the Verrazano Bridge.
Wow.
So that's one of the locations that I like to spend time watching what's going on there, but also trying to clean up a little bit along the coastline. So this day was a special day because the water was quite clean, and that's one of the reasons why I decided to take this photo. In addition to the,
All right, that's great. And how long have you been doing photography?
It's a hobby, obviously. I'm not a professional photographer, so I've been taking pictures since she's a teenager. I remember purchasing my first camera at the age of maybe 17, and that's when basically I started taking pictures. Yeah.
And was that in Venice?
Yes, it was.
What
Yes.
a beautiful place to have. You can be the worst photographer in the world there, and everything is beautiful because of the space and the beauty and the paintings.
I know.
So when did you come to America?
So I came to America in 1982. So
And you've been shooting here?
40 years.
Yeah, wow.
40 years, yeah.
And you've been shooting ever since?
Yes, as I said, as a hobby, obviously, on my free time. But you know, my favorite time of the year to take pictures is definitely now, the fall, when you get all these wonderful colors from Mother Nature and also fantastic light from the sky.
Yeah. You're a Matisse and a Monet with all the light. You're an impressionist, I guess.
I won't go that far, but
All right. Are we looking forward to more pictures from you for next year?
oh, definitely. I submit my 8 pictures every single year.
8.
Yes, I think that's the limit that protect us. So you have to do no more than that. So I submit 8 pictures, and hopefully I'll make it again to future calendars. If not, it's still great. It's a great opportunity to view your submissions, like here today in that slide show that we see over there.
And how do you manage to select only 8 and not
I know.
showing 250, 300 right now?
It's tough to pick, select some picture from your own because you get attached to them and you kind of give value to certain pictures, but again, you can always submit 8, so you have to do it. You have to pick and choose.
And your area of liking to shoot is around the beaches, around the...
Definitely along the coastline, like Wolf Pond Park is one of my favorite spots there. The boardwalk, coastline there, all the way to the Verrazano Bridge, which offers you so many great opportunities because the weather always changes. There's moments where you have dramatic sunsets, other moments you have the sun is out, other moments you have clouds, so you have fogs that hides part of the Verrazano Bridge. And so all those are opportunities to take photos. But also inside the forests that we have here on Staten Island, High Rock Park is one of them. Yeah, so on the Greenbelt, definitely. Yeah.
Wow, we'll have to get more of your pictures submitted here to the Environment TV so we can show you off more so.
Oh, that would be great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Love being out in nature, and it's so peaceful. It just washes away all your problems, and we love animals, and taking photos allows other people to appreciate Staten Island and its wildlife, so that maybe people will be involved in protecting the open spaces. And that's why Protectors of Pine Oak Woods is so important, because we have enough development on Staten Island. So my goal in taking pictures is to show people the beauty that we have on Staten Island and why the green spaces need to be preserved.
And your name?
Oh, my name is Dana Barbato. I'm an educator and a nature lover.
And are you in this year's calendar?
Not this year's calendar, no.
You're in the slideshow.
I'm in the slideshow, yes.
And how many pictures you got there?
I don't know. There are a few. And this is Liz.
What are you going to ask me? Hi, how are you? I'm Elizabeth Kulik, and I'm also a hobbyist photographer. I started taking photos 3 years ago now, and I fell in love with photography while enjoying all the beauty that was in Staten Island that I never knew it was there before. photography really opened my eyes to all the beauty that I didn't know Staten Island had so much wildlife to enjoy and appreciate. And with my pictures, I try to show that to the world, how much beauty is not only in the parks, and try to get people also to go outside and enjoy nature as much as I do.
I'm Don Recklies. I am a board member of Protectors of Pine Oak Woods and a previous vice president. And I think I'm here today to talk about the calendar and the calendar photographs and photographers. The calendar we're talking about today is our Protectors 2023 Staten Island Nature and Wildlife Calendar. I don't know if it's in the frame here or not.
I'll put it in.
Okay, but just in case, there it was. It is, I think, one of the nicest calendars that we've done to date. And we have a lot of tremendously talented photographers that submit photographs for this calendar every year. The problem is, there's only 12 months in the year, and a couple of other pages in the calendar where we're going to put photographs, so we have to weed them down. And a lot of people don't realize how complicated that is, because we have to juggle so many things. When we choose the photographs, we try to choose them according to the season. Got to be appropriate to the month that they're going to be in. And we try to put in a variety. Myself, I like to see maybe 3 landscapes and 3 birds and 3 other animals and 3 insects and so forth, or whatever adds up to 12 months. Some of our other judges that take part in selecting the photographs don't like to do it that way. They're not that programmed, and they like to choose only photographs that they think are very, very striking or very, very unusual, or something that's rare for us on the island. So there's a lot of different attitudes going into choosing the photographs in the calendar, and we work it out as a committee. But the one thing that I want to emphasize, so all the photographers know, I think most of the photographers already know this, but just in case, the judging is done blind. None of us who are on the committee actually selecting those photographs have any idea who the photographer is. All we get are the photographs, a file that we look at, and we whittle them down and whittle them down until we have the 16 or so that we need for the calendar. And only after that do we find out who those photographers are. And I say that because some people have mentioned that, occasionally you get the same photographer in there twice. In fact, one year, the same photographer was in there 3 times. And I say, well, it's not a let's satisfy everybody contest. It's not a contest at all. We just want people out there to know what kind of richness we have on Staten Island. And for that, we choose what we think are the best photographs, not the best photographers. That's just the way it is.
And today's meeting, gathering, you're showing about 250 or more slides while people...
Closer to 360 slides. And that's because last year we didn't have the opportunity to show all of the photographs that were submitted. So this year I simply decided, I make up this slideshow, by the way, for the meeting. I simply decided I'm going to take all the photographs from last year and randomly mix them in with all the photographs from this year so everybody can see everything that was submitted last year and this year.
And they are quite beautiful.
We've got good photographers.
All right, well, thank you, Don.
You're welcome.
All right.